Hello students, welcome back to Sant Tukaram National Model School's YouTube channel, and as you know we are learning more about the plants and environment. In last two videos of this lesson we have learned about the plants and its importance for the existence of the life on earth, and in the second video we have learned about what is meant by habitat. So in this video we will be learning about the classification of the plants on the basis of the habitat. The plants, where do they grow? What is the natural environment in which they grow? That is called as the habitat. Now the plants, as I said in the last video, these plants can be grown on the land as well as in the water. So on every part of the earth these plants they grow, like they grow on mountains, they grow in the swampy areas, they grow in deserts, they grow in the salty waters, they also grow in the fresh waters. So they grow everywhere. So this is called as the habitat of the plants. Where do they grow? On the basis, if we want to classify or group these plants on the basis of the habitat, that means on the basis where do they grow, we can classify these plants into the two categories. And what are the two categories, or what are the two classifications of the plant on the basis of the habitat? We can say that the classification of the plants on the basis of habitat is the terrestrial plants and the aquatic plants. Aquatic plants and the terrestrial plants. So we can classify the plants on the basis of the habitat into two groups, and these two groups are the terrestrial plants and the aquatic plants. Okay, now we will see what are the terrestrial plants and what are the aquatic plants. So first of all we will see about the terrestrial plants. My dear students, the plants which grow on the land, they are called as the terrestrial plants. Means what? Any plant which grows on land, it may grow on mountains, it may grow on plains, it may grow in deserts, it may grow in the swampy area, it may also grow along the river banks or along the water bodies also, that is the coastal area. So all these are the land forms. So the plants which grows on the land, these plants are called as the terrestrial plants, and the terrestrial plants they grow at the different places like mountains, plains, deserts, swampy areas and coastal areas. Plants such as neem, peepal, banyan, fir, deodar, mango, all these plants they grow on the land. So these all plants are the terrestrial plants, whereas the other types of the plants are also there. There are the plants which grow in the water. Some plants grow on land, so they are called as the terrestrial plants. But every plant do not grow on the land. So some of them they grow in the water. So the plants which grow in water, these plants are called as the aquatic plants. These aquatic plants also can be called as the hydrophytes. These plants are of three types. Okay, now the terrestrial plant they can grow at the different places like mountains, like plains, like deserts, like swampy areas, like coastal areas. But water plants they are also growing at the different places. Okay, so according to how do they grow and where do they grow, these aquatic plants are classified, are grouped into the three categories. So some plants they float on the surface of the water, so they are the floating plants. Some plants they are fixed to the water bodies, they are called as the fixed aquatic plants. And there is the third category is also there. Some plants they grow completely under the water, so these are called as the underwater aquatic plants. So in this video we have learned about the classification of the plants on the basis of their habitat, where do they grow, what is the natural environment they grow, and the classification was the terrestrial plants and the aquatic plants. So in this video we'll stop here. Rest part of the lesson we will see it in the next part of the video. Thank you so much.